Hey guys, so we're back with another video. This time we'll talk about some more Bleach predictions. Now, a lot of people don't realize the Stern Ritter, which is titled Lloyd and Roid, a lot of people don't really talk about those two Stern Ritters. There's something very eerie about them. Like, for one, they look more closer to a connection of the Soul King than the actual other Stern Ritters, due to the fact that their appearance looked more to Rayo than to any other Stern Ritter. What I mean by that is that if you look at their face features, their abilities, and they look like they belonged in the upper echelon, like the palace itself, like the royal palace. And one of the panels in the manga showed how the one of the characters that was serving Rayo at that time when the anime wasn't out looked like they were serving the Soul King, and that character looked very awfully familiar to Lloyd and Roid. Now, looking at their abilities, right, we know that one of them could copy the memory and then the other one could literally copy the opponent. Now, the one that fought with Yamamoto copied the memory of Yuha and the abilities that goes along with it. But here's my catch here. What if I told you that the reason why the swap happened between Roid and Lloyd was that even though one of them could copy the memory, the reason why they kind of succeeded to bring out Captain Yamamoto's Bankai was that at a moment we knew that one of the Grand Master, which is Harshwalt, was there and present along with Roid and Lloyd. And I think the person that actually ended up killing or almost causing that fatal blow to Captain Yamamoto was Harshwalt. And a lot of people are going to be like, huh? How is that possible? Well, for one, let's go back to what it was said. We knew that a long time ago that Yamamoto's Bankai was not fully revealed to a lot of people, right? And that the only person that could control Ryujin Jatka, that stated by Yuhabak himself, is that only the Quincy King was able to control the great power of Ryujin Jatka, right? But it got to the point where I started speculating that the fact that one of the twins managed to pull out the ability to make Captain Yamamoto open up his Bankai in the first place gets me to think that one of the twins, Roy and Lloyd, one of them was an elite, or it's stated that one of them were one of the original crew of Yuha, which means depending on how that is stated, he's probably very old. Like, one of his abilities, from his abilities and the way he carry himself, it seems like he had more of a elite status right underneath the Schutzstaffel, which is the royal guard of Yuha. Like I said, I will get more in depth into why I think Harshwalt was the one that killed Yamamoto instead of Yuhabak himself. And you guys are going to understand how all this plays into the factor of who exactly is the antagonist in the future of the Hell Arc. There's a lot of predictions that I've been having lately that will make you guys think about certain evidence that was presented in the past of the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War arc, because I had to go back and watch season 1 yet again to really come up with this idea. Because when we got to the royal palace, there hasn't been that, besides the royal guards, which are the ones that protects the Soul King. Most of the characters, some of them, the ones that are closer to the palace, I think were original Quincy's that, you know, if you think about the great separation, some of the people followed Yuha due to his immense strength, and he had to conquer more nations of Quincy's, right? And on the other hand, some characters I think still stayed in the royal palace, but they ended, like for an example, the two characters that stays with Tenjiro, right, one of the elite royal guards. They are like his understudy, like the workers that works with him, right? So I think in the different palace, we didn't have time to examine each palace. We only got to see Tenjiro's, Hikifune's, Nimaya's, the two mysterious I would say cities that we didn't see was Shinjimaru's and Ichibe's. The only thing we got to see from Ichibe is the giant cave like shrine that he has, and the ability that he was learning people, which was Hidori Sendo, which was one of the training thing that he was going through with Ichigo. But like I said, I have a part 2 to this video, which will be focusing on the Lords of Two Letters, which will be focusing on Haschwald, which is probably one of my favorite Stern Ritter, if you guys don't know. But like I said, we will get more in depth into that. But like I said, this was just a little neat prediction that I have when it came to the origin of Roy and Lloyd, because I think they're one of the older groups when it comes to the Stern Ritters, and that some of them were originally reside with the Quincy King, or they belonged in the royal palace in the beginning, or somewhere else that was in aligned with that. And I think when Yuhabak kind of like fell from grace in a way, they basically were moved along with Yuha. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this would be a cool idea? And that, like I said, I think Lloyd and Lloyd, the power that Haschwell has, which is the ability of the balance, was one of the good reasons why Yamamoto lost. Because throughout the whole fight, Haschwell was there throughout the whole fight. So he managed to see the Bunkai and everything, even though it was like the spiritual pressure was very high on him, he still managed to see it. So let me know what you guys think, and see me for part 2. And if you like the predictions, subscribe. All right, bye bye guys.